bro, there's been a lot of confusion going on. You know what I mean? A lot of confusion with the vehicle trucking leasing. You know? A lot of controversy, a lot of different YouTube channels and YouTubers talking about the leasing, you know what I mean? Some are criticizing, some are saying it's just not working, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get into the whole mix of it, you know what I mean? Because at one point I felt like one of these guys, they were specifically talking about the video that I made, and I spoke to him and he did say he wasn't referring to my video, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I'ma just say this: everybody's situation is different, you know what I mean? I can understand a lot of things from where that guy was basically coming from, because he's like, most of the guys that are reaching out to him talking about doing this lease, they're actually guys that are just graduating CDL school or had their CDL for like 6 months or 3 months into the game, and they're talking about going into leasing and doing all this stuff. And he also spoke about like guys that are leasing here at VL, like they just want to call themselves owner operators, and you know, from his point of view, it's not worth it to leave. It's not worth it because if you want to leave out of the lease, you gotta pay $5,000 to break the contract if you leave before 4 years, or the truck they're paying $100,000 in 4 years for a $30,000 truck. All this stuff, you know what I mean, just because they don't agree with it. Now, I'm not saying this to convince anybody to go leasing. I'm not even trying to influence anybody to go leasing. You know what I mean? I'm on my platform, I just share my own experience. You know what I mean? My decisions are based solely on me. I don't remember if you guys watched one of my previous videos the other day. I was asking what you guys think. Now, I knew in my mind that I was going to go leasing before I came here. Once I seen the numbers and I did the calculation for myself, and I analyzed the whole situation of the 1099. If you're a 1099 company and you're already 1099 on the lease side, you could make more money on the lease side and still be 1099 and get write-offs for tax benefits. So in my opinion, that's why I went leasing. I'm not the type of person where I'm crazy to be crazy about being an owner operator, because like I said in one of my previous videos also, I don't even see a lease operator as an owner operator. I see them like as a lease operator, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You're an independent contractor, yes, but you're leasing a truck from the company. If you went and made a down payment on a truck, or you bought your truck right out, or you got your truck from a third party and you leased on to the company, that's what I basically see as an owner operator. I don't see an owner operator as a lease operator. So I don't fall in that category of where people are saying you know, some guys just want to call themselves owner operator, or they don't. Some people wouldn't want to be an owner operator that bad, you know what I mean, to go lease a truck. If I wanted to be an owner operator, or feel like I was an owner operator that bad, when I was at Trans Am, and when I started at Trans Am, I was making 31 cents a mile, you know what I mean. And their lease program, you can come fresh out of school with no experience, and they'll give you a new truck, a brand new truck if you want it, 2020. You can do a 5-year lease or whatever. And the lease was paying $1.04 a mile or $1.03. $1.03 a mile is a way much difference from 31 cents a mile. And I ran the 31 cents a mile for about 6.5 months before I was transferred on the dedicated account. So if I really wanted to go an owner operator, or feel like I was an owner operator, like if that was my reason for leasing, I can tell you for a fact that's not my situation, you know what I mean? But everybody is different, bro. You have to have a plan. You see what I mean? You got to have a plan, dog. Like, some people are leasing these trucks to keep them for 4 years. Kudos to them, you know what I mean? Like, that's their plan, you know what I mean? Nobody knows what my plan is. Nobody knows what the other guy's plan is. Like, everybody's situation is different, you know what I mean? And it's working, in my opinion, it's working for me. You see what I mean? I don't know about any other lease drivers that is doing the lease or whatever, or what they're going through, or how it's working out for them or how they calculate everything. But when I calculated everything and I analyzed my situation, the leasing here at VL is much better, dog. Like, and the next thing I wanted to say real quick was like, how many trucking companies that you guys know are leasing right now could compare to VL Trucking Leasing? It's by far one of the best leasing out there, because I've never been a fan of leasing, period. You know what I mean? It's just like when I came here and I seen the way things are, I was like, okay, you know what, it's better for me in my situation to lease. Everybody's plans is different, and like the thing that I see, bro, like, you can do things smarter. Some people feel like you should run company, run for a couple months and then save your money, stack your money, and then go buy a truck and then do whatever. And some people are like, I was reading through some of the comments, and some of the guys were like, oh, some of these guys, they're just lazy, they don't just want to save their money. Man, bro, like, not everybody's mindset is like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes they say it's not working harder, but it's working smarter. Some people feel like it's a stupid decision to go leasing and you should just stay company, because they feel like, oh, you're paying $5,000 to the company if you want to break the lease, or you're paying them $100,000 if you keep the truck for a year or whatever. The company is making so much money off of you. 70 cents is a really high cents per mile to be getting, compared to a lot of these companies out here right now. 70 cents. Now, I will say this, since I've been on the lease side and I've seen the rate confirmation that you're running loads for, when I break it down how much per mile I'm running, and I see how much per mile if I was just company, then you're being robbed. Let me just tell you, like, you're straight up, like, they're getting away with like murder. You know what I mean? These companies, like, not VL company, not VL trucking in specific, but like compared to like when I was working at Trans Am at 31 cents, and now that I'm on the lease side and I see what loads are actually paying. So if you want to talk about companies making money, they're still gonna make money off you. Even if you were a company, you're still gonna pay your taxes as 1099. So in my humble opinion, I just seen it better for me to go leasing. You know, I agree with a lot of things that the guy was basically talking about the lease, because like some of these guys, they're just getting their CDL. Some of them, he said, haven't even got their CDL yet. You know what I mean? And they're talking about leasing, bro. I wouldn't recommend anybody getting fresh out of school and go right into leasing. I've seen a whole bunch of guys did it when I was at Trans Am, and none of them lasted, not even for 4 months, not even 3-4 months. I've seen some of them checks, bro, some negative, some like you work for a whole week and you get a check with negative $1,000, negative $800 if something goes wrong. And the next thing that I want to touch on real quick is like the liability of leasing. It's a big responsibility. You know what I mean? It's not just sign on and make a lot of money and whatever. Like, you're responsible for everything on the truck, maintenance wise, everything. If shit should hit the fan, that's why you have a LLC set up to protect you as an individual. There's a lot of liability that comes with leasing. There's a lot of risk that comes with leasing. It's not just the money. You know what I mean? So people are just thinking about it and going to these guys talking about, oh, they're gonna make this amount of money or this. Bruh, come on, like, y'all gotta think for yourselves too, man. But that's just my 2 cents. There's a lot that I would share, and I said I was gonna go into in depths and talk about numbers and the kind of, but you know what? Like, I don't wanna get in the mixture of all that stuff, you know what I mean? I personally don't wanna get into it. I'm just here to share my experience of what I go through on a day-to-day basis, you know what I mean, and share information with you guys that nobody else will basically share and tell you guys, you know what I mean. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm still sure there's a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean, that I really wanted to talk about in this topic, but I just don't want to go too deep into it, because people watch my channel also, and people have reached out to me asking me about the lease also. You know what I mean? Since I put out that lease video and all that stuff, people ask me about it, and people are like, you know, on the fence if they should do leasing or if they should not do leasing. It's solely based upon everybody else, you know what I mean? in my opinion, I felt like it was better for me to lease rather than being a company driver here. That's just my 2 cents. I'll see you guys in the next video.